A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this collective reading. Let's dive into it and let's find out what Spirit wants us to know. What is the divine message? This is your daily dose of positivity, so you're not here just like a coincidence, just as a coincidence. So, what I can pick on to is in this collective pool, I can pick on to the energy of someone who is no longer dating for love. You don't want to date for love because it has only brought you pain and misery, lot of suffering. And you're not saying this from a space of revenge, rather, you genuinely observed your patterns carefully and you realized that the issue was much different than what you thought it was or what you really wanted from a relationship. You wanted love, okay, but even though you've been very pure with people, you when you looked for love, those people didn't give you back what you gave to them. You went out of your way to support people and you wanted to have a genuine love connection. Due to this, you tolerated literally everything. In this pool of collective energy, I feel that some of you accepted relationships where you were paying for everything. And you see, this is where they took you. The relationship took you to a very, very bad space. Maybe they caused you a lot of embarrassment. Maybe they caused you some kind of shame, also, in some cases. Maybe these people, if not shame or embarrassment, they put you in some kind of debt or they put you in a really painful space where you felt that there's no solution. You were stuck in an energy where you felt that there's no solution. What are you going to do? Because you see, this is like a person who's just literally done. That's the energy they put you through. They stole your energy. This person is like an energy vampire, a sociopath kind of energy I sense here. So I feel some of you accepted relationships where you were paying everything, or even when you were not making that much money, and your partner knew what your status is like, but still they demanded everything from you, like paying 50-50, or paying a lot more, or paying some kind of amount that you had to really do overtime work for or extra work for, but you just wanted them to be happy. In some ways, you were investing in them, but you never got any gifts from them, you never got pampered. I'm being shown over here that you're not a materialistic person, but then this is what they actually saw in you, that you're not a materialistic person, so they could scoop out whatever they can from you. In cases where materialism or money was not the thing, something else was probably the thing. Maybe sexuality was the thing. Maybe just constantly controlling you, constantly manipulating you was the thing. Because I'm picking on to different types of people in this pool who pretty much have the same thing going on, but the situation or the circumstance or whatever that bait was is a bit different, okay? So you were used by people, you never got pampered, you never got loved, you never got truth. Some of you maybe were dating or dated like a pathological liar, like a sort of a psycho who was very selfish. So people were taking advantage of you in the relationship because all you wanted to hear from them were some loving words. You just cared about love. You cared about love, you cared about support, you cared about them being there for you. But it was all lies, it was all painful. Some of you even got scammed because of love. Some of you people accepted many qualities and attributes that you feel it was not your taste or style either. Like you were compromising a lot. You were like, okay, fine, if this person is not like this. Because, see, in today's time and age, we do have the option of going for certain things that we feel we like. I mean, in today's time and world, if you go back 30 years, 40 years, where people were just doing arranged marriages or people were just not given any opportunity or any chance to choose a life partner for them or even choose someone. So from there, yes, planet Earth has gone a long way, but still, whatever happened, you feel there was a lot of deception in that. You got rejected, okay, but what about the deception? The deception part is what hurts you the most. So you didn't deserve anything of that sort, and you compromised a lot just for love. You thought, okay, if I compromise here, 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 five things are compromised, at least I get love, I'll get a genuine connection. But then that's not how it was, okay? In case of one or two long term relationship, if someone was in that state, then also you were the giver, you have been the giver, the more understanding one. And for those who weren't married, their exes, none of those exes you went out of your way for, they never married you, they never settled down for you, they never wanted to marry you or take care of you. For them, it was just sort of a time pass, but they were not honest about it. They made you feel like, yeah, they want to be with you, this is serious, this is the real deal, this is the thing. But that's not how it was. Later on, they started coming up with all the excuses. You were clear from day one, but they were not giving you the correct picture. Because you accepted so many things that you should not have, just because of wrong understanding of love, some of these people, they never settled down with you, they never gave to you anything in return, and there was very little reciprocation from their side. They wouldn't even compliment you, they wouldn't even make you feel loved. So, technically speaking, even the love that you seek from them, they never gave that to you either. Okay? So, everyone you had genuine feelings for ended up hurting you. And in some people's cases, it took you to the hermit mode. It took you to a hermit mode, or you got some trauma, because, yeah, there are two things. For some people, it was a lot of trauma to deal with, and some people just went into solitude and hermit mode. Anyway, both are in solitude in some way or the other. If you look at it, if you look at the cards, both are in some kind of solitude state. One is a bit more wiser, and one has literally given up everything, like nothing can happen. Both the things I think have helped you to reach where you are today. For a while, you didn't want to date anybody, you didn't want to meet people, you didn't want to believe in love. There's anything called love, real love. For women here, you thought that men were simply just destroying your life, okay? And for men here, you thought that ladies are simply bad for you. So, this channeling is for both men and women who try to do everything for love, but nothing worked for them. That's because you were compromising way too much, you were adjusting way too much, you were extremely over understanding. Everything has to be in balance. If you go out of your way and it's everything is in extreme, then that too is not a good thing. You need to learn to care for yourself. You need to learn to be good to yourself as well. And especially these thankless people, you go out of your way for them, you give them your time, you give them your energy, you give them your attention, and still they complain at the end of it. It's very like toxic, energy wise. So now you want to think like a sensible person. You're already thinking like a sensible person who is practical, and you are not so selfless, like in a way that it's selfless as in you are still a selfless person, I can see that, but you're putting that into another space. You're probably putting it in your mission, you're putting it in your creativity, you're putting it in some place where it can actually be of benefit to the right people. But you don't want to be so selfless when it comes to relationship or dating. You want to date people while you also prioritize yourself. Now, some of you thought that maybe if, like, let's say you wanted to date someone good looking and someone smart at the same time, but you said, okay, good looking people cannot love you. So you thought you'll date ugly people. And when I say ugly, I'm not saying a certain type is ugly. What I mean to say is that in your mind, whatever is ugly. In your mind, I feel ugly actually means someone who's not truly attractive for you. You don't find that person attractive, okay? But you still settle down with that person because you felt like maybe if I compromise on the looks, or if I compromise on education, or if I compromise on some other standard, some other quality, they'll be nice to me or it'll be okay. But the crazy part was, even the ugly ones or even the ones you compromised with, they made you feel horrible. They made you feel worse. After dating you, their ego became so big. And there are other examples similar to this one thing that I spoke about, in regards to maybe money or physical discipline or spiritual qualities, because you all deserve to get the right person or at least feel good about yourself. So maybe you're a pure vegetarian, you don't like smoking, drinking, you don't like people with some kind of bad habit that doesn't align with you, but still you're compromising because you feel that, okay, if I compromise in this department, at least this person is going to love me. But as time passed by or passes by, it's still the same thing. It's still like they're not treating you well. So now you have a very practical approach, and you don't want to care about what's trending, what's not trending, whose feelings are you hurting or not hurting. You don't want to take revenge from anybody, but you just want to be very clear of what is it that you want from a relationship, so that even if it doesn't work, at least you know that I went ahead with this thing, I got this from this relationship, whatever you were looking for, and for whatever other reason it didn't work out, or you got some lesson, or maybe the relationship is working out but it's like slowly and gradually moving ahead, it's not happening the way you thought it would happen. But you're not dating people because you want to compromise on loving your own self or putting your own self in the back burner. So this is not like being selfish or narcissistic, but it's more like I want to protect myself. And before you get into any complicated situation or any intimate situation or even any negative situation, you want to brace yourself for it. I mean, I also feel the right time to get into an intimate situation or right time to get into an intimate relationship as well is when you would be okay if it ends. Even if it ends, you would be okay with it. You're that strong. If it doesn't work out for whatever XYZ reason, you want to be that strong to say to yourself that, all right, it didn't work out, fine, but at least I was not compromising on everything or on certain important things in life. So, you do care about now what attitudes, attributes, and what energy the people around you or the people in your life are bringing to the table. What are the value adds they're bringing in? You want to respect the person you love. You want to be inspired by them. You want to be happy with them. You want to laugh with them. You want to giggle with them. You don't want to be so difficult, uh, feeling difficult, or being around difficult people. I think for some of you, this may also apply with friendships, because maybe you're making some friends who are always grumpy, always negative, always angry, always complaining. You don't want to be around people who have a very negative attitude towards life. You want to be with people who can get into challenges or negative situations, but they have a solution oriented mindset, because those are the people who can be in an equal partnership with you. Because people with extremely negative attitude or constant crankiness, constant annoyance, and very demanding nature, like they only want to talk to people when they're in a very good mood, and sometimes they don't even have control over their mood. That's why they're constantly having mood swings, constant mood swings. And I'm not saying it in a funny way, I'm serious about it. Like, it's not like a woman getting period for 4 days and she's going through mood swings. Even if she's going through mood swings for 4 days or 5 days, for the rest 25 days, she's loving and kind and accepting. So those 4 days, you understand that she's having some hormonal problem, or maybe she's PMSing or something is happening to her. Men also PMS, I think. Sometimes men are also like um, cranky. Anyway, I'm not gonna say that you're gonna become an extreme person. There's no extremism here. Rather, the extremism is what you're removing from your life. You're not so focused on the mushy part of it, the romantic part of it. You want someone to be responsible around you. You want someone to take care of you. You're no longer in that phase where you want to get a rose or a card, or a love letter, a love letter without any meaning, a love letter without any change. Because if someone really loves you, if someone really wants to be with you, and they have made mistakes in the past, or it's been difficult to deal with them, or some situation has happened, even if they come back to you, they will show you the change. It's not going to be just words. So, my feeling here is that you want a connection which is not just words. There's action. There is someone is being understanding of love, because love is not just about being demanding and cranky and constantly complaining. Love is about building something good with each other. Now that love connection has become inwards, because now you're also thinking that if somebody is bringing in a lot of difficulties in your life, then are they mirroring some aspect of you? You want to listen to your own self now. You want to listen to your own self without any judgment. You want to be your own friend. You're done pleasing the narcissist who can put you in trouble, because these narcissists, these cold blooded, really like undiagnosed narcissistic people, men and women, they put people in trouble, in big trouble. It can be financial trouble, it can be health problems, it can be some kind of mental problem they can put you in. I don't know, they can put you in some trauma, because they keep doing stuff that hurts you and they don't feel sorry about it. They don't care that you're in trouble. And even at that time, let's say they put you in some big trouble and you're getting upset. You're getting angry that you're in trouble or you're stuck in a bad situation. Then, too, they will be picking on to why you're upset, why you losing your shit, why you going crazy. All right, you didn't do this at this point in time. Like they just upsetting your schedule, upsetting your life, but they don't see that. On the contrary, they see, oh, how much they are hurt with whatever they've done. They are the creator of their own problems and also creator of other people's problems in life. But you don't want to be around these immature people anymore. Some of you maybe even dated a sociopath who was extremely selfish, and they've taught you big lessons on self love. So you no longer feel bad about those relationships not working out, also because you were very pure in your approach. You are no longer that upset or feeling bad about those relationships not working out, because you, as a person, you were very pure in your approach and you did everything. You did literally everything. You celebrated these people. You celebrated them. You celebrated them even when many a times they did not possess those qualities. And that's the thing that you did not like later on. You were like, why was I celebrating them? Why was I complimenting them? Why was I being so extra nice to them when they were not really doing the same to me ever? So you are happy that you did your best, but you're also like, you don't want to be in such situations again. You don't want to be into people who are so deep into complaining, never giving in relationships, making false promises, financially draining you, despite knowing what you earn or what you do. I mean, your dreams, goals, desires, whatever is not important for them. I mean, I can do a very deep discussion on desires, goals, and why we even want to get something, but then that's like another level. Okay, I'm not going to go into that. As of now, Whosoever I'm channeling and talking about, whosoever's energy it is, you're now thinking that you want to be with people who want to grow together with you, who want to focus on the good things you're doing for them. Because when there is actual connection and love, the person who's in a relationship with you, they care a lot for your happiness, okay? You're okay. If love comes your way, you're okay. If you get love and all of that romance, if someone does that for you, does those romantic mushy things for you, you're okay with that. But your idea of love is no longer that. If someone is nice to you, you will definitely be nice to them. But your idea of love is different. It has changed. After all these experiences, you no longer see love the way you were seeing it earlier. You don't want to be the loser each time. And even if you, by chance, you become the loser, there is one thing that you've learned now is to take your energy back. You want to stop giving your mental energy. It's like very precious. Your attention is very precious. Your focus is very precious. So you don't want to give mental energy to those people because you know that your focus is making them grow, but it's also making you feel depleted. You're not growing at all. You feel stagnant. You feel stuck. And this type of drainage is not something you want anymore. You're doing instant mental disconnect with these people, or you like to go cold turkey on bad habits, cold turkey on bad connections, cold turkey on things that don't work out. Because a high value person doesn't chase love. You don't want to chase love anymore. Okay? You don't want to give energy to even their thoughts. Even in your thoughts, you no longer want to give to them. It may sound a bit brutal, but you don't want to give to people like these. If you feel burnt out in such situations just because you were the true lover, you were the real lover, you don't want to get burnt out by these people anymore. You want to rather chill at the lakeside or take a dip in the ocean, but you don't want to get in this situation again. Okay? So, for personal situations, you can get into reading with me and one-on-one reading with me. And for that, you need to book the reading on PayPal. The PayPal link is given over there. If you're from any other part of the world, if you are from India, then you have to get my details on email, which is the sunamoon@gmail.com. Kindly do not share anything in advance with me because I use intuitive tools and modalities to get to the correct answer that can actually help you out. And for people who want to get into therapies, go through the list of therapies, and the one that pops out the most intuitively, that's the one for you because your intuition is also one of your guides. You can get my book, In the Name of Love, A Journey of Finding Your Ultimate Soulmate. It's a magical book, you must read it. But it's available only on Kindle. I don't do paperback copies. I stopped doing it many years ago. On Kindle, you get the latest edited version. See you in the next one. Thank you so much for being here and doing inner work. One love, peace out, and victory to Ram.